Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland.
There will be lots of drama, that is for sure. The gloves are off.
Jetzt aber Attacke da vorne. Da musst du alles auf den Punkt bringen.
Oh my goodness!
Und da geht einer massiv fliegen.
What an amazing move!
Schöneren Rennsport.
Round 6, race 2 of the weekend. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Sachsenring for the second race of this weekend, the 12th race of a 16-race season for Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany 2025. Conditions, well, a lot better than yesterday. It was dry for the Porsche race yesterday, but the rain came later. Boy, did that come. Air temperature, 15.3 degrees centigrade, a bit of a nip in the air. The track is a degree or so warmer than that, but the temperature is rising, and the temperature is rising in the championship. Yesterday, we saw Flint Scheuring taking his 4th win in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. We saw Alessandro Gueretti come home in 2nd place, making it a Schumacher CLRT 1-2, but in so doing, Gueretti moved himself to the top of the championship standings. He'd come into the weekend absolutely neck and neck with Robert De Haan, but De Haan had a fairly torrid day of it yesterday. They've had problems with the number 46 car at Proton Huber competition, with the engine losing power regularly. Added to that, Robert De Haan lost a front splitter during the race. He said he didn't hit anything. He says it just fell off, but it meant that he lost a lot of performance in that car. Now, the team have worked very hard. They changed the engine in the number 46 car from Friday to Saturday. That didn't solve the problem. They believe they have now sorted the problem, and they've tracked it down to a faulty fuel pump. So De Haan needs to make up a bit of ground, and he's in the best position to do that because he's starting this race on pole position. But his main championship rival, Alessandro Gueretti, the driver who finished 2nd yesterday, starts alongside him, and if both of those cars make it to turn 3, I will be very, very happy indeed. It's been quite a bruising year so far between these two young drivers. They really are fighting hard, not just here, but also in Porsche Mobil 1 Super Cup as well. There is Alessandro Gueretti. You briefly saw Robert De Haan on the screen as well. On the second row, I should think that Cats Havercourt and yesterday's winner, Flint Scheuring, will be hoping for something similar to what happened at the Nürburgring, where the two championship rivals got together early on and allowed their second row to come through and steal the spoils. But maybe we're all a little bit older and wiser now. Well, we'll see how that all shakes out. As things stand, Alessandro Gueretti leads the championship by 9 points over Robert De Haan. It is rapidly turning into a 2-horse race. There are still plenty of other drivers in the running, but realistically, it's looking like these two who are the most likely to be taking the 2025 championship. In 3rd place in the standings, it's Porsche Junior Theo Overhaus, the other Porsche Junior, of course, the first one being Alessandro Gueretti. Ariel Levy is 4th in the championship. They are 56 and 58 points back, respectively. Yesterday's 3rd place finisher, Huub van Eindhoven, just always there in the background, 5th in the championship, 60 points back. And Flint Scheuring, although a multiple winner in the series, he had his 3rd win yesterday, not massively consistent, so that means he's down in 6th and he's got a 65-point deficit, so a bit of work to do there for Flint Scheuring. But as we say, it ain't over till it's over, and when you have the likes of Gueretti and De Haan fighting each other, then who knows what opportunities might open up for those behind. It's become very, very close in the rookie standings. Yesterday, Sasha Norden had a pretty dreadful race. Joe Warhurst, who we're looking at there, just to point out, shut the door properly, having ended up in the gravel trap after contact in turn 1, unbelievably came back to win the rookie race, and in so doing has closed in to just 6 points of Sasha Norden in the rookie standing. Sasha didn't even make it to the finish line and was visibly distraught. Matheus Ferreira is 31 points back in the rookie standings. And in the Pro-Am standings yesterday, Søren Spreng finally found the form that we know he has been been due this year, taking a win in the Pro-Ams. Mikael Schrei, though, has a very healthy lead in the Pro-Am Championship. 27 points clear of Ahmed Al-Shihab. But for this race, Robert De Haan, Alessandro Gueretti start on row one. Keep an eye on those two. Cas Havercourt, Flint Scheuring will be rubbing their hands together behind, ready to jump if the two front runners get together. Then yesterday's third place finisher, Huban Eindhoven, Marvin Klein. He is expecting more from himself. He starts on the next row. Theo Overhaus, winner last year, and Janis Stiak, also a winner last year. They both took their debut wins here this time last year. Ariel Levy, very despondent last night, alongside Alex Tauscher. Ariel was very fed up with how things turned out yesterday. Senna van Serlen has the pole sitter for the rookies alongside Joe Warhurst, yesterday's rookie winner. But Sasha Norden is looking for payback. He's on the row behind with Keanu Blum. He had a very solid day yesterday, equaling his best score. Jan Seifert and Sebastian Freiberg on row 8. Just saw Jan Seifert taking a leak alongside the commentary box. Mikael Schrei is the pole sitter in the Pro-Ams with Jonas Greif alongside, and on row 10 of the grid, Gianluca Tucciaroglu. He's taken a grid drop with Mathieu Ferreira alongside him. Next up, Zoran Spreng, all the way from Australia, Sam Shahid. So good to have him back on the grid. Ahmed Al-Shihab, he's had a fairly difficult time as well, with Mikael Esmond alongside him. So they'll be trying to work hard to get back up through the pack. And then Christoph Langer is back on the grid. Good to have him, a regular visitor to the grid at Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany, and he brings up the rear of the pack. So the cars currently on their formation lap, generating heat into the tyres and into the brakes. Robert De Haan will be very hopeful that it was the fuel pump that they have changed that has sorted that car out, and he will have the kind of pace that we know that he is due. Alessandro Gueretti, now with that little bit of a jump in the championship standings, will be eager to consolidate that. Remember, there's just 9 points between them coming into this race. So Gueretti cannot afford a non-finish, and a second place would still keep him at the top of the standings, although with a smaller gap. So he's going to be keen to try and make the jump on Robert De Haan. It's going to be all about that run into turn one. It's a tricky turn, a sharp right-hander. It's a slight downhill as well, the Coca-Cola turn. It's a run of about 360 to 400 meters from the start-finish line into turn one, into the braking point, and then very much a pinch point. And getting all the cars around turns 1, 2, and 3 is always a little bit tricky. As we look down from the perspective of turn one, we're at the Sachsenring, 3.645 kilometers of undulation running in an anti-clockwise direction, 13 turns, 4 to the right, 9 to the left. This is a spectacular circuit. Lots of blind crests, lots of undulation, lots of high-speed corners. Drivers need to look after the tyres because it is something of a tyre eater here. The high-speed corners and the abrasive surface really takes its toll. We have the clearance from the back. So are you ready? 5 red lights on. We're ready to go racing at the Sachsenring. And we are go. Robert De Haan moves across immediately to shut the door on Alessandro Gueretti. Into turn one they come. But look at this. Cas Havercourt on the outside goes deep into the corner. De Haan also goes deep. Gueretti and De Haan side by side. Havercourt coming back. Flint Scheuring also there. Scheuring alongside both of them. Around the outside on the Castrol Omega turn, it's De Haan who gets the advantage once again. Scheuring almost made that stick. He's back into that third place. But what a move that almost was. Robert De Haan, though, leading Alessandro Gueretti. Flint Scheuring, Cas Havercourt, Huban Eindhoven there. Marvin Klein up there as well. One of the target competition cars also in there. But everybody just sorting themselves out. We have 30 minutes plus 1 lap of racing here. Robert De Haan steps off that pole position, moved across to block Alessandro Gueretti, and leads the pack through. But boy, Flint Scheuring came very close to mugging both of them. So here we come then, up towards turn 11, down the waterfall into turn 12, the fastest part of the circuit, under the heavy braking, then back on the power up to turn 13, into the left-hander they will come. And out across the line comes Robert de Haan, Gueretti, Schuring, Hub van Eindhoven in there as well. So it was Hub van Eindhoven who got in front of CEST Havercourt. Janis Stiak was the target car. Marvin Klein, Theo Overhaus, so to the inside, CEST Havercourt, Hub van Eindhoven. Keep an eye on these two. They have had a couple of run-ins together this year. Look at this for the rookies, the two rookie cars. That is Joe Warhurst, Sasha Norden running side by side. This will be for the lead in the rookie race. So which one's it gonna be? As they come out of the corner, the Castroloma turn up over the hill. It's still advantage Joe Warhurst in the rookies at the moment. It's Søren Spreng who's leading in the Pro-Ams as well, getting remarkably close to our camera in the grass. De Haan leading the way, Gueretti keeping him within sight, then Schuring, Hub van Eindhoven there as well. Here come the rest of the cars. Keep an eye on the rookie battle. This is certainly gloves off racing between Joe Warhurst and Sasha Norden. Here's Norden to the inside of Joe Warhurst. Warhurst has the momentum. Out towards turn 11 they will come. It takes a lot of bravery along the waterfall, but finally Sasha Norden squeezes his way through, relegating Joe Warhurst. Alex Tauscher there as well. Jan Seifert trying to follow through in his wake. Joe Warhurst will see Sasha Norden disappearing in front of him and will want to fight back, but he's already off the racing line. He's lost a couple of places. So gather it all together, Joe. He'll get back in line and he'll fight from there. But there's a whole stream of target cars trying to come past the driver that won the rookie race yesterday, side by side. Out along the pit straight they come into turn one under braking. Sebastian Freimuth on the outside of Joe Warhurst there into turn one. So Warhurst will be very frustrated. Now, Alex Tauscher is under investigation for overtaking off the track. So the steward's taking a look at that as we look at Mikael Esman in the Pro-Am race as well. He is fighting his way forwards, currently third in the Pro-Am race. So here we come then, out along towards turn 8. It'll be up the hill they come. Robert de Haan leading the way, 0.3 of a second. Mikael Schrei focused up ahead of himself, looking at Mikael Esman just ahead. So Esman has found a route past Mikael Schrei in the Pro-Am race. Remember, we have several championships running here. We have the overall championship, we have the rookie championship, and we have the Pro-Am championship as well. Our Pro-Am leader at the moment in 20th place overall is Søren Spreng. Up towards turn 13, a blind corner. Having a look at a replay of the start, everybody got off well. Robert de Haan, defensive much, almost made contact with Gueretti. Look at Flint Schuring was there as well. And it was CEST Havercourt on the wide outside. He was the first to try and get past both of them. He went deep into the corner. Then Flint Schuring fancied trying the same thing as well. In the background was Ahmed Al-Shihab and Sam Shaheen that looked like they might have bumped off each other as well. This was the view from Robert de Haan. He's like, you're not coming through here, mate. Gueretti giving some love taps into the corner. And this was Joe Warhurst in amongst all the traffic. That's his main rival in the rookie, Sasha Norden. But Norden has made that move and has managed to put 3 target cars between himself and Joe Warhurst. So Warhurst down in 16th place. He's got a bit of work to do from there. Norden's up in 12th. And 3 of those pesky target cars lined up in a row. Tauscher, Seifert and Freimuth in between him and the rookie leader, Sasha Norden. Lovely views here from the drone as we look down at the Sachsenring. Here comes our race leader. So 1, 2, 3, they've broken clear. Robert de Haan, Gueretti there, needs to think of the bigger picture. Here's Marvin Klein, challenging for 6th place from Janis Stiak. Stiak, who took that first ever win this time last year here at the Sachsenring. Not looking to be in a position to do that at the moment, but we've still got just under 25 minutes of racing ahead of us. Klein to the outside into turn 1. Stiak takes him very deep. And then Theo Overhaus now trying to challenge as well. So Stiak leaves too much of a gap on the inside, or if Marvin Klein leaves a gap on the inside, then Theo Overhaus will not need much more of an invitation to come through. So Janis Stiak, the number 40 car, he was and is still the youngest ever winner. Right, Tauscher has been given the instruction to fall back behind Joe Warhurst. Now that is really going to hurt, because between Tauscher and Warhurst is Jan Seifert, Sebastian Freimuth as well. So Tauscher is going to lose 3 places as he is given the instruction to fall back behind Joe Warhurst. The stewards have decided that he made that move to overtake up into 13th place off the track. So he's going to have to fall back. That'll help Warhurst as he chases after Sasha Norden. But Norden up in 12th place. He is a fair few seconds, about 3 seconds ahead of Joe Warhurst at the moment. So lots of fighting going on. Kiana Blum had a great day yesterday, and he made contact there with Sasha Norden. So that's Blum into 11th place. So the rookie leader getting mugged by Kiana Blum. That looked like it was up at turn 3. So Norden, well, hopefully for him, he hasn't picked up any damage. And Joe Warhurst suddenly can see Norden back in his sights and will fancy an opportunity to try and move back in on him. In the Pro-Am, Søren Spreng is in 20th place. Mikael Esman, good solid job from him. He's got past Mikael Schrei, so he's up to 2nd in the Pro-Ams. And he's in 21st place overall. Through the undulation, down at a turn 6. It's a steep drop down to the bottom into turn 7. A little squirt of the power here, then around into turn 8 they will come, and up the hill. They head up the hill in 4th, 5th gear, then down to 4th gear again for turn 10. It is a really tricky track to master. Lots of blind crests, takes a lot of courage as we look here at the exit of turn 10, and then it'll be down the hill towards turn 11. We're now looking at 12 and 13. Here's our race leader. The incident between Sasha Norden and Kiana Blum is under investigation by our race director, Lukas Stegner, who has a lot of work cut out to try and keep this lot under control, and has been trying to clamp down on any dodgy driving. So Norden leads the rookies in 13th place. 2nd in the rookies, in 16th place now is Joe Warhurst. So what has happened to Tauscher is still ahead at the moment. So Alex Tauscher still showing in 11th place. So he's yet to drop behind, as has been instructed. We'll see how that one shakes out. There's Sasha Norden looking for revenge on Kiana Blum. Norden needs to not get involved with Kiana Blum unnecessarily. He is not the driver that he is racing at the moment. They're together on the track, but Norden's main rival is Joe Warhurst, who is a couple of places behind. So he really doesn't want to be getting damage or getting issues. Right now, Alex Tauscher has been awarded a penalty lap for incorrect overtaking. So I think because he hadn't taken or hadn't fallen back as had been instructed, as Christoph Langer has a bit of an excursion. Looks like he survived that. But if you remember, Alex Tauscher was given the instruction to fall back behind Joe Warhurst. I don't think he's done that, so now he's been requested to go to the penalty box. And Christoph Langer, nice bit of drifting, not the most effective way round that corner. The ID Racing car, one of a couple of ID Racing cars. And as we said yesterday, we're missing Emilie de Hoos this weekend, who's not feeling very well. We say get well soon, Emilie de Hoos. Right, Janis Stiak, car number 40. He likes it round here. But Marvin Klein getting a little bit impatient there. Marvin Klein, who's currently 9th in the standings. So we'll be looking to try and get past and pick up some places. Currently challenging Janis Stiak for that 6th place. Up ahead of them is Cass Havercourt, just disappeared off the edge of your picture. So we've got less than 20 minutes remaining of this race. I mentioned that the Sachsenring is a bit of a tyre eater. We've seen it in the past through the dust, where somebody has dragged a load of dirt onto the circuit. We've seen it in the past where the tyres start to degrade fairly quickly here towards the end of the race. So it's really important for a lot of these drivers. They're having to think the long game. It's not like some circuits where it is just full tilt from the green light, checkered flag. There is an element of preserving the tyres, because if you've got nothing to defend with at the end of the race, you are going to be vulnerable. So thinking of the bigger picture, not just going wild. And I think that's why Robert De Haan, he's got a 1 second lead over Alessandro Gueretti. He's got nice clean air in front of him, so no issues there. But he's just controlling the pace, looking after those tyres. Gueretti, 1.016 behind. Then Flint Schuring, yesterday's winner. So will Gueretti try anything to try and close in towards the end of this race? As Joe Warhurst, second in the rookies, he's got Sebastian Freimuth and Jan Seifert in front of him. And then Sasha Norden, the driver that he is trying to home in on. Behind them is Gianluca Tucciaroglu. There's your live points update. So if things finished as they are now, Gueretti's lead will be reduced by 5 points from 9 down to 4. And Huub van Eindhoven remains, moves up, should I say, into that third place. Theo Urverhaus would be relegated from third to fourth, but it is incredibly tight in the fight for third, fourth, fifth and sixth. The front two having broken clear a little in the championship hunt. As we continue to ride on board with Joe Warhurst in the Capsico team car that is prepared by Team Proton Huber Competition. You see the vibrations and how hard work it is as they head down the waterfall in towards turn 12. They're reaching about 250 kilometers an hour in sixth gear, and then it really is a heavy braking section of the circuit. There's Jan Seifert having a fairly solid race in 14th place. Right, Tauscher now starting to tumble down the order, so I think he may well have finally taken his penalty. No, he hasn't. He's still there at the moment. There's Freimuth to the inside of Jan Seifert. Really important that these target cars don't take each other out. Joe Warhurst would be quite happy if they did, though. He's going to try and mug both of them if he can. In towards turn 3, he has a little look to the outside of Jan Seifert. Needs to be careful. A non-finish here would be catastrophic for his rookie championship challenge. So Joe Warhurst riding on board with him there. There's Jan Seifert just up ahead, and Sebastian Freimuth, who are trading positions. Advantage Freimuth now up into that 14th place. Alex Tauscher still in there as well. Joe Warhurst, you can see him ducking out of the dirty air as he follows the target car ahead of him. Looking a bit frustrated there. No further action for the incident that you saw between Sasha Norden and Keanu Bloom. So no issues there from our race director down the waterfall once again into turn 12. Joe Warhurst sizing up Jan Seifert, a driver who has an awful lot of experience in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. Jan Seifert, who we've seen on the scene for a little while. This is his 60th race in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. Joe Warhurst, this is his 12th race in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. So the youth and enthusiasm to the inside of the experience into turn 1. Now Warhurst has the nose in front. The two cars make the slightest of contact out into turn 2. They will come. Job done by Joe Warhurst. Now the next of the target cars up ahead of him, and that will be Sebastian Freimuth, another driver who has been in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany for a few years. So we look again at that move. Good racing, a little bit of rubbing, nothing too dramatic there. And Joe Warhurst just giving the 98 car a little bit of a squeeze on turn 1, making sure he's got that position. Good, clean racing, great stuff. Joe Warhurst up into that 15th place. Next up ahead of him will be Sebastian Freimuth, the driver who's in his 64th race in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. Here's our race leader, De Haan, in control, 1.5 seconds clear of Alessandro Gueretti. Flint Schuring received his winner's trophy from his brother yesterday, Maurice Schuring, who's here racing in the DTM this weekend. The two brothers who are great friends, share an apartment in Amsterdam, and really support each other. Quite emotional receiving the trophy. We see Alex Tauscher and Keanu Bloom. I don't know whether Tauscher has taken that penalty. I think he has. So Alex Tauscher in that 13th place. Got Keanu Blum ahead of him, and then Sasha Norden. So Tauscher to the inside of Keanu Blum. Alex Tauscher, two-time winner in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. Both of his wins coming at the Nürburgring. He'd be quite happy if this series was held at the Nürburgring every week, I think. Sasha Norden leading the way in the rookies. He'd found a route past Keanu Blum. We'd seen Blum get past him early on. Now Norden is back. Tauscher now making his move on Keanu Blum. And Blum relegated another position. Keanu, who equalled his best ever finish in yesterday's race. But now a little bit shuffled down the order. It was a 9th place yesterday. And now down into 12th place at the moment. Still leading in the Pro-Am, Søren Spreng. He has Michael Essmann about 0.4 of a second behind him, and Michael Schrei, who's 1.4 seconds behind him. So the Pro-Am drivers closing in as well. We see Joe Warhurst coming through the screen once again. Up ahead of him, Keanu Blum. Sebastian Freimuth. There's a lock-up from somebody in front. That's Keanu Blum. Little bit of a puff of smoke. The front right locking up, flat spotting the tyres. Always hard work, especially here at a circuit where tyre condition is so important. Into the unique Castrol Omega turn. I'm told it's quite a technical turn to get right, not that I would know. Up the brow of the hill, blind crest here. It is a steep climb up over the top, and then way down the other side they come. And that is towards turn 7, fairly steep drop. And the back under the bridge they will come in just a few moments. In towards turn 8, and then the slow climb up to turns 9 and 10. Warhurst still there, poised, ready to jump. Looking for a route past Freimuth. Out of 11, down the waterfall, a really steep drop down. And now Freimuth to the inside of Keanu Blum, a little left, a little right. Blum will have one eye on the mirror and one eye up ahead. It's a great trick if you can do it. Joe Warhurst just waiting for his moment in the background. Jan Seifert, Gianluca Tucciaroglu there as well. Keep an eye on him, always ready to jump if he gets a chance. Now Warhurst in the slipstream, out along the pits they will come. Blum to the left-hand side in towards turn 1. Now Joe Warhurst making his challenge as well on the outside of Freimuth. Is he going to duck back to the inside? Is he going to hang it around the outside? At the moment, Freimuth has it covered off, but Joe Warhurst, remember, this is his first ever season in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany, and he's challenging for the rookie title, but his main rival, Sasha Norden, is in 11th place. There's 3 cars between Joe Warhurst and his main rival, Sasha Norden, in the rookie championship. As we approach the 1/3 distance, no, the 2/3 distance of this race, 1/3 still to go. Michael Essmann has jumped in front of Søren Spreng. While we've been looking at this, it's Michael Essmann who's gone to the lead of the Pro-Am race. Meanwhile, Sebastian Freimuth has shuffling alongside Keanu Blum and moved him down the order. Joe Warhurst has followed through in his wake, so Blum has been relegated another couple of positions, but Michael Essmann now leads the way in the Pro-Am race. Søren Spreng down to 2nd place. Championship leader Michael Schrei in 3rd. Let's have another look at this. Keanu Blum in the green and yellow car. A gap on the inside for Freimuth. He goes sailing through. Blum not really putting up too much of defence. And I'm wondering whether that lock-up that we saw has just given him a flat spot, maybe a vibration, maybe affecting the handling. But Keanu Blum seemingly with nothing to defend with. And Freimuth moves up that position. Joe Warhurst as well. Now Warhurst trying to dispatch Freimuth as well. Never give up. Into turn 1, into turn 2, round to turn 3. They will come on board with Joe Warhurst once again. You can see how hard he is working in that car. Out of turn 3, up the hill. Once again towards turn 4. Sebastian Freimuth's got him held off at the moment, but for how much longer? Because Warhurst looks like a man who's ready to jump. Freimuth in 13th place at the moment. There, Gianluca Tucciaroglu in 17th place. There's Jonas Greif. Matheus Ferreira, 19th place, so he's 3rd in the rookies. He's had a fairly quiet weekend by his standards. his first trip to the Sachsenring, as is the case for many of these drivers. But Matheus Ferreira in the number 27 target car yesterday had an 18th place. Probably was hoping for a bit more than that as we look at Søren Spreng, now third in the Pro-Am race. So while we've been looking at that, Mikael Schrei has got past Søren Spreng. There's Schrei actually quite well clear. So Spreng down to third. Remember, he is the defending Pro-Am champion, a two-time champion. He has Ahmed Al-Shihab from Kuwait behind him, Sam Shaheen from Australia behind him. They travel the length and breadth of the world to be in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. Some long-distance travellers here. Søren Spreng, well, he's from Germany, so he didn't have to come quite as far. In that third place, and at the moment, having to defend quite hard, Ahmed Al-Shihab, who's second in the standings, 27 points back from Mikael Schrei. So Schrei is up ahead of him. So if things remain as they are, it will be Mikael Schrei who will extend his lead in the Pro-Am Championship. But Søren Spreng, yesterday's Pro-Am winner, now having to defend hard because Schrei has got past and disappeared off up the road in the Bonk Motorsport Porsche. Søren Spreng, down he comes once again towards turn 8. And now Ahmed Al-Shihab to the inside. A challenge, seems to be able to take a tighter line. A lot of dirt on turn 8 as they come up the hill. Now Ahmed Al-Shihab with a nose in front, squeezes Søren Spreng. Sam Shaheen says, I will have some of that, thank you very much. Moves through as well. So Søren Spreng, the defending Pro-Am champion, shuffled down 2 positions in the space of 1 lap. We're riding on board with Janis Stiak, looking back at Marvin Klein. Out of turn 3, the Castrolomega turn, up the hill. A little bit of dirt rising up into the air. Up over the blind crest they will come once again. Less than 7 minutes remaining. Still Robert De Haan leading, 1.465 ahead of Alessandro Gueretti. Flint Schuring, 1.257 behind them. Leading in the rookies is Sasha Norden. Second in the rookies is Joe Warhurst, because Alex Tauscher has now found his way past Sasha Norden. So now it is just Sebastian Freimuth between Sasha Norden and Joe Warhurst. So lots of challenging up and down the pack. As we look, the 98 car, Jan Seifert, challenging Keanu Bloom. So this is for 15th place to get into the points. Gianluca Tucciaroglu just ahead of them. So Seifert, in fact, Bloom is in 16th place, so wouldn't even be for a points-paying position. So Tucciaroglu had got past him. Right, into 12 we come. Seifert having a look on the outside, then ducks back to the inside. Getting a good exit out of 13 is pretty important, but Bloom is onto the rubble strip. And Seifert is through, out onto the pit straight. And I think Keanu Bloom may be carrying some issues with the ID Racing car. Out along the pit straight, there will come once again in towards turn 1. Bloom fancies a little look on the outside though, doesn't he? Jan Seifert will be aware of that green and yellow car. Bloom can't really make it stick there, just trying to force Jan Seifert to maybe miss a braking point, make a mistake and allow him back through. But all of that has allowed the cars behind to close in. The car behind is one Matheus Ferreira, who is third in the rookies at the moment. Joe Warhurst has got past Sebastian Freimuth, so now Warhurst is up into 13th place, but he is some 5.4 seconds back from Sasha Norden. We've got less than 5 minutes remaining, so Joe may struggle to catch Norden for the top step of the rookie podium, but he's gonna give it a try. You know that as we watch third in the rookies, Matheus Ferreira now having a little look on the inside of Keanu Bloom. Bloom has him covered off at the moment, but down the waterfall they come. Will Matheus Ferreira make his challenge? To the side he comes, the left-hand side into turn 12, under braking, and Bloom not able to defend from the target competition. Number 27 car, out of 12 they come, up to turn 13. And Ferreira moves up a position. So Joe Warhurst is closing in on Sasha Norden, but with 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining of this race, time is running out. Marvin Klein Now challenging Janis Stiak. That is for 6th place. Theo Overhaus there as well in 8th place. So this is not over yet, is it? Janis Stiak in 6th place in the number 40 car. Behind him, Marvin Klein putting all the pressure on. Marvin Klein, the former champion in Porsche Carrera Cup France, and that is what you call a flat spot. Gianluca Tucciaroglu, blimey, that is going to be one square tyre after that. You can see the flat spot in the slow-mo. Massive lock-up from Gianluca Tucciaroglu. And this is Marvin Klein with Janis Stiak. He did get alongside him at one point, but Stiak, he's a tough customer to get past. And he holds on to that 6th place at the moment. Here we come, looking down from the perspective of turn 13. Ariel Levy, I haven't even mentioned him in this race. He's down in 10th place. I spoke to him yesterday and he was very gloomy indeed. Felt as though he'd been fairly harshly treated in the race yesterday, where he was speared off out of 3rd place, and would really like some kind of payback in this, but too far back in the pack to do anything about it. You saw Janis Stiak just locking up, going deep into the corner. Marvin Klein didn't really manage to make any use of any opportunity there. As we look at Robert De Haan on the inset picture, leading the way, 1.267 clear of Alessandro Gueretti. Gueretti maybe deciding that discretion is the better part of valor, picking up points rather than making a challenge and risking a DNF at this point of the season. We continue to monitor the fight for 6th place. Janis Stiak, Marvin Klein putting all sorts of pressure on Janis Stiak. Here's our Pro-Am leader, Mikael Esman. Bounced back after that really awful accident at the Norris Ring. Looked a little bit like he was struggling yesterday, ended up with a non-finish, but today leads the way in the Pro-Am race, exactly what he needs. But Mikael Schrei is closing in on him, and at the moment they got Jonas Greif ahead of both of them. So this is for the Pro-Am win. Jonas Greif is not in the Pro-Am race, he's in the overall race. Mikael Esman will want to dispatch him as quickly as possible. He finds a route on the inside of the number 4 car. Now I'd be quite happy if Greif parked the bus there, so that would stop Mikael Schrei from closing in on him. But Schrei, who is an experienced driver in other disciplines, joining Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany this year, has been something of a sensation in the Pro-Ams, is going to put the pressure on Jonas Greif with less than a minute and a half of timed racing remaining. Gueretti has taken a couple of tenths out of De Haan's lead. Out across the line they come. Leading in the overall race, Robert De Haan. Leading in the Pro-Ams is this fight you're looking at here. Leading in the rookies is Sasha Norden. Jonas Greif getting it wrong, under braking, punts Mikael Esman. That sends Esman deep. And now Mikael Schrei through into the lead for the Pro-Ams. Ahmed Alshiab trying to follow through as well, but it was a mistake from Jonas Greif. Went straight up the back of Mikael Esman. Greif clearly has an issue now. The car is going slowly, but Mikael Esman will be so frustrated. He had this under control into turn 1, and Jonas Greif just getting it all wrong under braking. Punted Esman wide. Just have a look again here. The contact had already been made. Esman was able to recover it, so good job keeping it out of the gravel. But Mikael Schrei and Ahmed Alshahab trying to take advantage of that situation. The clock is at 15 seconds. Mikael Schrei said, "Thank you, I will take that and run with it." Indeed he has. So Schrei to the lead in the Pro-Am race. Greif, that's what happens in stock car racing in the UK. That's how they pass each other. The stewards are taking a look at it here, because that is most certainly not the way they do it in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. And I think Jonas Greif will say he's got an issue. I think there's a flat on the right front of that car, so he's certainly ambling around. With the clock struck 0, now where's our race leader? He's out of turn 11 at the moment. De Haan's got a puncture. Robert De Haan looks like he's got a puncture. He punches the steering wheel. He is furious. Robert De Haan with a puncture. Alessandro Gueretti takes the lead. Flint Schuring through into 2nd place. Hugo van Eindhoven into 3rd. Robert De Haan, he cannot get a break here at the Sachsenring. We saw debris on the track, and it's the right rear of the number 46 car. Let's have a look here. Was it just coming out of turn 10 into 11? The 46 car, the tyre lets go. We're on the final lap of the race. This is a gift for Alessandro Gueretti. Robert De Haan is tumbling down the order. He's in 11th. It's going to be 12th. He's going to struggle to score any points at all. He is absolutely furious in the car. And there is Christoph Lange into the fence as well. So he's had a problem. We said that tyre wear, possible punctures was always going to be an issue. There is an incident between Christoph Lange and then Sasha Norden into the gravel as well on the last lap, the rookie leader. So where's Joe Warhurst come out? Warhurst to the front once again in the rookies. So Christoph Lange got together with Robert De Haan. I think that may be why we had that issue. Norden's gone wide into the gravel, meaning Joe Warhurst leads the way in the rookies. And Alessandro Gueretti takes the lead of the race with less than 2 laps remaining. We're on the final corner now, though. Alessandro Gueretti out of turn 13. It was a win he was not expecting, but he will take it. Alessandro Gueretti is a win. Another Schumacher CLRT 1-2. The opposite to yesterday. Flint Schuring in second this time. Huub van Eindhoven, another third place. Cas Havercourt in fourth. Marvin Klein in fifth. Janis Stiak in sixth. 7th, Theo Overhaus. 8th, Ariel Levy. 9th, Senna Van Serl and Alex Tauscher in 10th. But Sasha Norden is crossing the line. Yes, it's Joe Warhurst. Took a while for the timing screen to refresh there. Joe Warhurst wins once again in the rookie race. Sasha Norden in 13th place overall, second in the rookies. Sebastian Freimuth in 12th place. Gianluca Tucharoglu in 14th. And in 15th place, Jan Seifert. Taking the win in the Pro-Ams is Mikael Schrei. Second in the Pro-Ams, Mikael Esman. Third, Ahmed Al-Shihab. And Robert De Haan, 22nd place and out of the points. Wow, what a last couple of laps. Stay calm, they said. Take it easy. Well, that wasn't going to happen. Well, this is where the rookie race all went a little bit south. So Sasha Norden now, has he got an issue? Has he got a tyre going down as well? Had he run out of grip? Now, they look like they're all inflated to me there. So Norden on his own. You see him in the car thumping the steering wheel. He hasn't even got out of the gravel trap, and he's unleashed the rage. Boy, what a race! Race 12 goes to Alessandro Gueretti. Flint Schuring second, Huub van Eindhoven third, ahead of Havercourt, Klein, Stiak, Overhaus and Ariel Levy. Rounding out the top 8. 9th will be Senna Van Serlen and Alex Tauscher, but Joe Warhurst, another win in the rookies. His 4th rookie win of the year, ahead of Sebastian Freimuth. Second in the rookie, Sasha Norden. He will be so mad with himself or with whatever's occurred. Gianluca Tucharoglu in 14th, ahead of Jan Seifert. Third in the rookies, Matheus Ferreira. Then Keanu Bloom, who was very much in the battles. And then winner in the Pro-Ams, Mikael Schrei. Mikael Esman second, Ahmed Al-Shihab third. Sam Shaheen in fourth, Søren Sprague in fifth. What happened there? Then Robert De Haan, Jonas Greif and Christoph Lange. The stewards have had a look and they've said no further action for Robert De Haan and Christoph Lange. We didn't see the start of that, but it seems a possibility that those two may have got together. The stewards have decided that nothing was wrong. So that result stays as it is. Gueretti must think that Christmas has come early. He was settled. You could see he'd pretty well settled for second place. But that has given him a massive lead in the championship. A lead of some 34 points over Robert De Haan. Theo Overhaus with a 7th place. He still a long way adrift, about 72 points back. So, wow, what a race that turned out to be. Alessandro Gueretti now with a firm grip on the championship. He came into this weekend absolutely level. Right, let's have a look here. So there's Robert De Haan. Now De Haan at that point, that's where the tyre let go. That's on turn 9 into turn 10. And the back end of the car just stepping out. And he's thumping the steering wheel. There, he had come in and put a fresh tyre on just to try and bring it home in the points. So, 48 hours ago, he was level at the top of the points with Alessandro Gueretti. And now, Gueretti has a lead of 34 points with just 4 races remaining this season. What an astonishing final couple of laps here at the Sachsenring. And it looked like a fairly calm and collected race for much of it. And then in that last couple of laps, it all kicked off. We've seen it in the past at the Sachsenring. We've seen drivers picking up punctures through debris, but we've also seen it with tyre wear. And I mentioned it at the top of the show. The tyre degradation is an issue. The curbs are quite sharp as well. We're running in an anti-clockwise direction. As we look at 3rd place, Hoop van Eindhoven. 2nd place, Flint Scheuring. He'll be pleased with that after yesterday's win, and that gives him a big haul of points. That takes him about 70 points adrift of that man there, Porsche Junior, for the 2nd year, Alessandro Gueretti from France. A 1st place and a 2nd place this weekend. A solid points haul of 45 points. And Robert De Haan with just a 5th place yesterday, which has given him just 11 points. So another Schumacher CLRT lockout. Locking out the top 2 steps of the podium. Hoop van Eindhoven taking another 3rd place. You'll be pretty happy with that. He got a 3rd place yesterday. Cas Havercourt in a fairly solid 4th place as well. I'm just looking to see the various points connotation. So Hoop van Eindhoven will be about 69 points adrift of Alessandro Gueretti. Ariel Levy with an 8th place. Of course, this is all very subject to confirmation, and my dodgy maths, yeah, we all know about that, don't we? Cas Havercourt with that 4th place, a good points haul there, but still some 82 points adrift of Alessandro Gueretti. So, as far as I can see, well, Gueretti's nearest challenger is still Robert De Haan, some 34 points back. Next up, I think it'll be Theo Overhaus, some 72 points back. So into Parc Fermé they come. And we may be watching replays of those last few laps for a little while yet. So in a few moments, the drivers will make their way up onto the podium, and we will hopefully see that. I know we're running a little bit against the clock here today, but we'll do our best to bring you the podium if we can, as you'll hear at the Sachsenring. Just while we're waiting to let you know that we've got 4 races left this season. Can't believe we're looking at the sharp end of the season already. So we're heading to Austria for the next round. In a few weeks' time, 12th to the 14th of September, we're going to be at the Red Bull Ring. Always entertaining there. We're going to be bringing a widescreen TV for all the track limit warnings. And then it all comes to an end on the 3rd to the 5th of October at Hockenheim, as we look at Sascha Norden. And, well, if a picture could paint 1,000 words, you know exactly what he's thinking, because I do believe that Joe Warhurst will have jumped to the top of the rookie standings as a result of that. No, he's about, according to my maths, dodgy as ever, he's 1 point off the lead of the rookie standings. All subject to confirmation, of course, as we look at Huub van Eindhoven, his second trip to the third step of the podium this weekend for Team GP Elite. Next up, here's Flint Schering, yesterday's winner. But to the top step. He saw the opportunity. You have to be there to take those opportunities. Alessandro Gueretti now clear at the top of the championship. From Schumacher CLRT, we're going to get a race mechanic, Nicolas Vigier, I do believe, who will receive a trophy on behalf of the team. And we will pause for the French national anthem.
All good, all good.
Gebt doch noch einen großen Applaus für unser Podium mit Porsche Sixt Carrera. Und damit kommen wir zu den Pokalen. Porsche Motorsport Hub Event für den Drittplatzierten für Huub van Eindhoven.
The short version, right, it's Thomas Voss presenting the third place trophy. Does a phenomenal job at the head of the ADAC sports department. Torsten Rukert, project manager, customer support from Porsche, presenting second place. And Thomas Voss once again presenting the winner's trophy to Alessandro Gueretti. One that could be very, very significant when the points are added up at the end of this season. And Torsten also presenting the trophy to Schumacher CLRT, who clearly prepare absolute rocket ship cars. So I do hope you've enjoyed it here at the Sachsenring. 2 fantastic races, 12 races of Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany 2025 done and dusted. There are now just 4 races remaining. Gueretti must be thinking about the championship. He can almost see it, he can almost smell it, but there's still a lot of racing yet to come. Still those 4 races. 2 at the Red Bull Ring and 2 at Hockenheim. We'll see you in September in Austria. See you then.